Welcome to the Triangle, everybody. I'm Media Slayer. If you have never heard of me before, most likely people never have. And today we're going to be watching the videos of 10 scariest things recently caught in playgrounds. Now, I have no idea what kind of scary things we're going to see today, but of course, we have the Holy Bible with us, if you can see that. And, it's just going to remind us that Jesus is the way to go if you want to, follow something. And without further ado, let's get right into it. All right. My headphones are backwards.
Subscribe right now, or you're going to have terrible luck for the next week. Playgrounds are supposed to be fun,
hear it.
right? After all, it's a place designed specifically for children. It's where we expect them to slide on slippery dips, sit on seesaws, and go wee! It's not a place we expect to find bad vibes that will give us the creeps. But then again, we've just uncovered some things found on playgrounds that will send extreme shivers down your spine, especially if you're a parent. Find out what the top 10 scary things recently caught in playgrounds. Number 10. The Ghost Swing. Foremost of the creepy things you expect to find on this list will include abandoned toys and rickety statues. But we'll save those for later and start with one of the spookiest. This video shows a swing erected as a side attraction on a playground. We don't know about you, but that's the first thing many would like to check out when they visited playgrounds as kids. And that's what this man named Scott Denton in this video was trying to do when he brought his kids to a playground somewhere in Rhode Island. When the family got there, the weather wasn't exactly looking good, so they decided to wait it out a bit in their car. But then, they saw something very odd and scary at the same time. One of the swings began to move by itself. Now, we know the weather was bad. Could it be the wind? Good explanation, but do you notice that the other swings were relatively motionless? Whatever that was, it was no wind. We can only hope for the best. Number 9.
It's a little creepy,
The Blair Witch Playground. The Blair Witch Playground
gosh.
is located in the Santa Fe province of Argentina, and there's a particular spot on that playground that might just provide a basis for what happened in our first entry on Rhode Island. So let's move a bit back in time to 2007. On that day, everyone, including parents in their wards, was out to watch fun on this particular playground. Enjoyment was in the air, and almost everybody was having a good time, until all of a sudden, the swing began to move back and forth all by itself. At first, everyone thought the creepy motion of the swing was just because of a brisk wind. But then, the other swings in the set weren't moving, just like it happened on Rhode Island. Is this evidence of witchcraft, or just the ghost of a child who got caught within the vortex of this life and the next? Was she seeking a place to spend the afternoon? Everyone was spooked. So, they called the police, who later invited paranormal experts to the scene. Still, only the dawn of tomorrow would help us solve the mystery. Number 8.
Wow.
The Shadow.
I gotta open it.
In this clip, we see a young woman sitting on a bench in a playground. The video is a little bit grainy, so you might not see it at first, but she was probably out there to enjoy the warm sunshine shining in the background. Beside her was also a book and a bottle of water. Someone seemed to have taken an interest in her solitude, so they must have begun to film her and everything around her. The camera pans around the playground, but there's nothing interesting to see aside from the play equipment, so they return to filming the woman. Only that this time, she wasn't alone anymore. The wider view exposed to us a shadow, clear as day, at the bottom of the ladder.
That's just too much.
We know that's random, but the problem is that we can't see the shadow cast her anywhere in sight. While you might be quick to point out that the owner must have been atop the ladder, if you look closely, the angle of the shadow didn't flow along with those other objects in the video. Did a paranormal vibe strike you there? Number 7. The Rake Beast. This video was captured somewhere in Mexico way back in August of 2016. Despite being that long ago, it still gives many people the creeps. Well, why shouldn't it? In the video, we see a creature standing atop a fort. At first, the creature appeared to be a fox or a cat, but at some point, it turned back and spotted the person in the camera. All of a sudden, you can see its glowing eyes. Afterwards, it leaps from the fort and goes into oblivion. As at 2016, when the video first appeared on the internet, it sparkled a hot debate that divided the paranormal community full of believers and skeptics alike. Many voted that the creature was genuine, suggesting that it might have been an alien or a mythical creature called the Rake Beast. Others, of course,
What
were
is
way
up with
more
the music?
skeptical, claiming that the video
makes
looks
it even worse.
edited.
That is a little bad. Let's check our Holy Bible here. First of all, there's the second book of Samuel. I've never heard of this story in my life. But after the death of Saul, David returned from his defeat of the Amalekites and spent 2 days in Ziklag. Whatever that means. It means that he has had a friend who has recently passed away, and he really would love to visit someplace. I do not know. I am not a Bible expert, but I do go to church, so I'm supposed to know something about God. Anyways, let's close this for real quick, and we're just gonna watch this stupid ad. I hate ads. I mean, they go with the worst parts, man.
Either way, you probably should always think twice about taking your kids to the playground, especially at night. Number 6. The Ritual. We have very little information about this photo, and that makes it very suspicious and unsettling at the same time. But then again, what else do we need when the picture itself speaks everything about it within it? In the photo, we see a figure standing still on a playground in the middle of nowhere. That shouldn't sound creepy at all, because it's a random thing that we expect to happen from time to time. We were also about to pass on it when we noticed something very disturbing in the background. The figure was standing on a pentagram. If you're new to the world of witchcraft and wizardry, it's best we clarify what that means. A pentagram is a symbol with a long history of controversy in the Western world.
What?
It is often portrayed as an emblem for evil rituals, devil worships, and it has since been banned from schools, and of course, playgrounds. So, do you know how scary this photo is now? Looking at it though, it appears to be fake, but if it portrays a real event, watch where you step on playgrounds.
Excuse me for a second, I need to leave. I'm having trouble with the... Alright, I am back after crying like a little baby. Now, today we are going to get back to it. Why did I say today? It's not the beginning of the video. Anyways, let's get back into it.
Number 5. The Horror Statue.
I cannot hear it.
Put aside the creepy creatures and evil rituals that venture into playgrounds as foreign bodies. Playgrounds should make you feel safe outside of your home. Objects placed there would be designed with extra attention paid to aesthetic.
Walk on the walls? Just imagine, you could be your own little homemade Spider-Man. That's just so cool. Take me to that playground, please, whoever can drive. If any of you subscribers, of my subscribers can drive, please take me. I will beg you, I will pay you, I will do anything for you for 3 months if you just take me to that playground where I can walk on walls and pretend that I am Spider-Man. Please. I don't... Scare me, oh my gosh. My soul left my body as soon as my brother walked in here. I thought I was gonna die. Okay, back to the video.
And fun to make it family PG clean. But you'd be surprised at what other playground designers take as their idea of fun and friendly. Check out the statue erected in a playground. Is this meant to lure the kids to play or scare them off? We don't even know, but as it appears, we see a witch's head struggling to juggle out of the ground. It felt as if she's been locked down there for centuries, but an unfortunate change in the elements opened a portal right on top of her prison, giving her a chance to escape. As she tried to, an innocent young girl, the one on her hand, walked towards her with curiosity. From there, she grabbed the little girl in her stony-clawed fist and smiled with hysterics like a demon. Number 4.
What incarnation is this?
The Giant Rat.
Oh my gosh.
Let's move from the paranormal a little bit, but that doesn't make this entry any less creepy.
What?
Back in 2016, a gas engineer named Tony Smith was fixing a pipe in a block of flats southeast of London. The particular house he was working on was just a few treks away from a nearby playground from where he saw something that gave him the creeps, a massive rat the size of a small child. When measured, the rat estimated 4 feet 3 inches long, and weighed up to the size of 2 stones placed over each other. Fortunately, the rat was dead when he found it, and it was lying in a small bush next to the playground. Rats don't grow this big in the normal. You would expect the largest of them not to exceed 10 inches or thereabout. Although large rats have been spotted all over the globe, a playground is the least of all places where you would expect to find one.
What is... Holy moly, what is that? That has to be mutated somehow, because this is not... I have no words. That's not a rat. That's not a rat. That is... That's a skunk, at least. I mean, that this is terrible, man. If we get to 100 likes, I'll go on the dark web.
No. And that gave Tony Smith so much goosebumps that he made his electrician friend pose for a photo he posted on the net. Number 3. The burial ground under Wekiko. For generations, kids would skip ropes, play kickball, run hide and seek at the Wekiko playground in Philadelphia. Unknown to them, the remains of 5,000 Philadelphians lay just 18 inches below their feet. But in June of 2018,
hold up, we are going to be right back after this stupid ad ends. Oh my gosh, there's another one. What am I doing with my life? I don't understand what...
Everything was uncovered in a revelation that shook the people of Philadelphia and the whole world at large. As it turned out, the playground itself was built in 1910. Long before that, however, the whole place was the resting place of African Americans in the 1800s. At that time, no African American was to be buried within the city limits, so many of their corpses were brought to the Wekiko burial site located in the city outskirts. At some point, the land could no longer accommodate the burials, and they began to stack graves upon one another to make more room for cadavers. By the end of 1889, the land was sold, and the burial site was henceforth neglected. Its memories faded when those who knew about it passed away, and the land was transformed into a park. Today, half of the playground is now a memorial to the dead. Now it's time for today's best pick. Today's pick shows us something that is too good and scary to be true. Is it? Let's find out with the next count on the list. Number 2.
That is
the Mystic
terrible.
Tree Man. Unlike many of our best picks, we find it very difficult to wrap our heads around on this one. But nevertheless, we tell you about it because it didn't only give us the creeps. It also left too many questions unanswered. In this photo, we see a gray figure sitting against the slide of a playground. At first, it appeared like an oddly shaped tree, seeing how it blended with the background. But when we looked up a bit higher, we noticed its fingers and its very thin arms. Looking even closer, we could also make out its legs, back, and its red devil eyes. So it's quite obvious that it was any tree, but was it? An extraterrestrial being taking out its time at a park? But then it looks a bit old for a swing that small. In other words, we aren't even sure what the figure was. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Number 1. The Abduction Experiment. To top off our episode today, we've decided to pull out a video that raised a very important question that would reveal a very scary reality to you, especially if you're a parent. So let's get to it this way. Would your kids ever leave with a stranger they met in a playground? We bet your answer would be a capital no. But let's see what happens to your answer in reality when a YouTuber named Joey Salads decided to carry out an abduction experiment back in 2015. In the terrifying wake-up, Joey would ask the parents' permission to perform the experiment on their child after stating his objectives. The parents, just like you, claimed their children would never go away with a stranger. Then, they would decide to let Joey try out his stunt. Afterwards, he would approach the kids with his dog named Donuts. He would then allow them to pet him and ask if they wanted to go see Donuts' puppies. To the parents' surprise, 3 kids went with him that day. So the question remains, will your kid leave a playground with a stranger? With all that said and done, let's go ahead and call it a day. What was the creepiest thing you came across on a playground? Do you have it on camera? Let us know.
My kid will never go off with a stranger. You know why? Because, first of all, I'm never gonna have children, yet alone a significant other. Anyways, yeah, that's basically the video. And this is the end for my video. And I know it was kind of weird, but I don't care what you think. I thought that was scary. I did not want to watch this at 12:23 in the morning. Alright? Yes, everybody in my house is still awake. I don't know how. But that doesn't matter. Alright? The thing is, we watched the video. It's scary. Alright. And now it is time. Go ahead, hit that like button, like it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Comment down below if you want to see me do any scary videos, or comment down below whatever you want, because I will be doing a comment of the week every single video. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.